What's up guys, my name's Will of Crota, your host on this Destiny video. In today's video, I'll be talking about the new strike added in the Dark Polo DLC, you know, my thoughts on it, how to get through it, what it's about, and everything I just want to talk about. Initially, this is going to be a bit of a funny moments or a little let's play. Me and Flavor are actually doing this together, and I did record it, but for some reason the audio did mess up, so just today I'm just going to talk about what I think about it and what are my thoughts about the DLC in total after playing a bunch of it. So first and foremost, I'm actually really enjoying the DLC that there is. However, there is a very small amount of it. I really wish there was like big, massive open areas that you could go to. I mean, the biggest concern of mine, as well as the biggest complaint to anybody who plays Destiny, is just how small it is. You know, it's like there's always these big areas, obviously, that you can do things with, but just how long it takes to get through the game or the DLC is just actually abysmal. The actual DLC has 3 main missions and then the raid. Obviously, the raid's gonna be very difficult, which it is very difficult, and actually does take a long time to complete on just the regular difficulty you have it on to begin with, not on hard. That's like ridiculously hard, but even then, it's like me and my friends on the hardest difficulties on all those first 3 missions, it just did it in like 2 hours. It really wasn't that difficult, and I definitely think that Destiny should step up their game and really create something that takes a really long time, a bunch of little mini story things. They're kind of doing some things like the little extra bounties with Eris, you know, finding like the heart of Crota and the eyes of Crota. I really like that idea. If they can do those things and they just put them everywhere and there's like a little bit of variation with each one of them, that would just be so cool. And I know it does take a lot of effort and time to do these things, but I really do think that they should definitely put a lot more into it, because right now there's 3 missions and then like what, a couple like 10 extra bounties at most, and these things are actually really repetitive and that they don't really seek out things. But what I do like are the ones that aren't repetitive, you know, like, oh, go find the Will of Crota, or oh, go find this thing. And I really like that idea, and I really think they should do more of it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, if you think there's a really cool idea. I know a lot of you guys had a really cool idea for like weapons, like, you know, air cannons that you could launch enemies with, as well as a bunch of other things that I totally forgot about, but they're really cool ideas. And you guys, if you have any things you want to say, just leave them down in the comments down below and I'll be happy to read them. So that being said, I still do very much like the actual DLC. If you guys actually have already played these missions are actually very well done. They're actually a lot of different things than the normal game, different lighting, different atmosphere. They're actually really good. If you guys play them, there was actually a really cool series. I think the first mission that you can actually play after that first one, or so the second mission, but it's the first one that you can have, and you can't repeat the first one for some reason. But the second one is actually really cool. You get to the point where you're fighting one of these big witch guys, kind of like in this strike mission, and there's actually this classical music playing in the background while there's like waves and waves of enemies. I thought that was so cool, having those classical music. I just had my headset on, just like rocking out, just like sitting there, just being all super tranquil, having classical music in the background, everything exploding, and just it's just so much fun. And as far as the raid goes, it is actually really difficult. There is a little bit of a new unique thing to it, the little verticality issue where you actually have this slowed thing, so you can't actually move as fast, you can't jump on all that stuff, which is actually very interesting. It sucks, obviously, as a player, but that's also really interesting. And of course, the Crota one is the one you can't regenerate your health, was also really interesting, and actually really like hard and difficult. If you ever fought Crota, the son of Oryx, if you don't know who that is, that's the final boss in the DLC raid. If you haven't fought him, he basically, whenever you're in his area, it makes it so you can't regenerate your health, which is actually really shitty, because then you're like stuck at red health the entire time. You need things like that melee attack that gets your health up, or that shield. Really, the Titan shield is really where it comes in, and I really think Titan shields are actually going to be a lot more valued because of that, because it's just so important, because it basically just puts your shield right back up automatically without fail, and that's super duper important. I'm not too sure, I haven't played too much of it, so I'm not sure if it's like it puts up your shield and your health is still really low, but from what I can see, it's actually a really cool thing. Now lastly, there's the weapons. I haven't really gotten a lot of the weapons. From what I can see, there's actually a little bit of a uniqueness. I really like the Murmur, that thing you get from basically completing the 3rd mission. It's a really good gun, especially against Hive and the Fallen, because you can do arc damage against Fallen, you can do the solar damage against the Hive. It makes it actually a really good tool to be able to use at all times. The only flaw, obviously, is the fact that it can't do void damage, so the Vex are kind of like at a loss there. You can't actually kill them very fast, but it is still a really good weapon, and the fact that you can upgrade is also really interesting. I don't think I'm gonna upgrade mine, because I want to be able to use my exotics at the same time. If the Murmur takes up an exotic slot, that's kind of bad, but yeah, I probably will play around with it, and I think the Xur sells some of those stuff, and really, I'm actually really excited for what the Xur has. I know he's going to be coming this weekend, so make sure you check him out. He's going to have these ways to upgrade your armor, different exotic weapons, different exotic gear. You're going to be able to upgrade it to the higher level of play, you know, the higher attack stat and higher like defense and light stat. It's going to be super duper epic. So when this Xur comes, I'll be announcing his location as well as his stock on my channel, so make sure you stay tuned for that, and I'll have that information for you right when it comes out on the Friday or Saturday, whenever it comes. I keep forgetting. I think it's Friday morning when he releases. In general, the strike that I did play here against this like Omegle, I think his name is Omegle or something, Omniggle or something. My Omniggle, Omniggle, my Omniggle. No, I'm sorry. I won't do that, but I think Omniggle was his name. You have to go kill him. He's the Will of Crota. He's actually a really cool boss. Again, it just didn't take as long as I would wish. We kind of like flew through it until the ending, where we died like I think once, and then the guy had to come revive us. But it really was just actually a really fun experience. I just wish it wasn't so short-lived. But anyways, that's the video for you guys today. If you did like it, leave a like down below. So subscribe for more Destiny DLC content. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the Destiny DLC. Obviously, don't keep on repeating like, oh, it was too short, and like, oh, this thing was cool, but I like this. You know, say something original. What are your real thoughts about it? Like, what specifically did you like? What specifically did you not like? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you have any deep questions you want to ask me or anything you want to send me, like a picture or a link to a video, make sure you go to follow my Twitter in the description down below. This is the best place to reach and contact me. Anyways, I've been your host, DLCon. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.